drivers to the first playlist I'm going to make for Inav. And in this video, we're just going to do the simple basics. Download Inav and get the drivers. Unfortunately, Inav does not have a online interface where you can use it on the browser. So you have to go to the download stage where you have to use offline Inav. Now in the last videos I made a better flight playlist and I used this drone. So we worked with servos, we worked with every single thing, and we have this dropper here. So to keep this video nice and simple, this is the first video for the Inav tutorials for beginners, and you can see intermediate also. So first off, we're going to look for Inav in our browser. So I can type in Inav download, and we're going to go to this one, the GitHub. So from the GitHub here, you can see that the latest version of Inav is 9.0.2. So this is the latest firmware also. And we're going to scroll all the way down. Here you can see the different operating systems that this firmware supports, and you can see the release name. But generally, we want to check out the operating system. And I'm using Windows times 64. If you don't know your architecture, you can go to System Info. And here on System Info, you will see times 64 base PC as your system type. So that's my architecture right there. Now, to make it nice and simple, we're going to go get the configurator for the latest model, the latest version, and you're going to just scroll down until you see assets. This will usually either be collapsed like this or not collapsed like this. So we're going to collapse it, and we're going to look for the right version for our architecture. So we have the Inav configurator. You have to click on show all to get the windows down here. You have the MSI, you have the zip, and the zip is usually portable, and I rather just use the MSI. Sometimes you may not get MSI if you don't have there's something you have to install to actually be able to use MSI, but I'm just going to get the MSI times 64 because I already have that thing downloaded. It will actually give you the error if you don't have that. So with Inav installed and open, it's quite easy to install. No serial codes needed, it's just open source. This is the Inav configurator right here, and the first thing I'm going to do is consider whether or not that drone that I have, the flight controller, does it support Inav. Now this flight controller, it comes pre-installed with a Betaflight firmware. So if I can plug it and play it in Betaflight, as simple as that. But if I actually try to plug it into Inav, then therefore it will give me an error. It will tell me that it does not support Inav based on the firmware. And this is generally just me saying that I have to switch from Betaflight to Inav. And here you can see it does not support it. I cannot connect to it. Right here, it only leaves me in the CLI, nothing works, and I'll get errors up here. Now, after downloading your Inav, you need to get yourself the drivers. That's the fundamentals. So you have the STM USB VCP drivers right here, and you can click download. Click download, and in essence, all you have to do is download it and install it. Now I already have those drivers. So I don't need to actually download it again. But you have to just literally like heritage software and just find those drivers right here. So you can get those drivers from here using those things right here. Now, since I already have those drivers from having Betaflight installed, you have to also download Zadig, and Zadig is the main one. You can download it from here. And Zadig, on the other hand, let me show you how to use Zadig because this is a new a new interface I'm working with right here. So I already have Zadig installed. I'm going to open it. To get your drivers for Zadig, what you're going to do, you're going to plug in your drone. You need to plug in your drone to your system. Whether or not you have a wing drone or you have a quadcopter, octocopter, bicopter, whatever it is, that flight controller needs to be plugged into your computer. And here you need the SMT 210, SMT 210 or 310, whatever it is, X drivers, or you use the SMT USB VCP drivers. It need to be installed first before you can use Zadig. Now in Zadig, because those drivers were pre-installed, now I'm able to list all devices, and now I'm able to see my device right there. It shows me as Betaflight SMT32. So it's a SMT320 driver that's already installed for this, and that's why I can get my drone available here. The name might be different than Betaflight, but it has to be at least SMT32 or 320 or something of that sort. From here, when you have that selected, you're going to simply toggle different drivers right here. So this one, you're going to click on install. It's already installed. Then this one, you have to install it. Continue pressing the drop down arrow. This one, install, and one more time the serial install. And that's generally it. That's generally it right there. The next tool that you can actually get is called Impulse RC. So if I type in Impulse RC Java Fixer, that's something that you need to download. It fixes your drone from different modes like FS mode, which is failsafe mode, bootloader mode, or DFU mode, and forces it to enter different modes when necessary. And you will see when it is necessary in that tutorial. Now, generally, that's it for getting Inav. And what I'm going to be doing the next video is installing my firmware on my drone. Now, this next video is only if your drone comes with a different firmware, like an Arduino Pilot firmware or a Betaflight firmware, for example. It does not come with an Inav firmware installed on it. Now, that's generally what that video is for. I'm going to be switching it, and in essence, it's useful just for you to learn how to install your firmwares. So I recommend you go watch it also. But this is for people who need to switch between firmwares from different configurators to the Inav configurator. So that's it for this video. You've installed Inav and you've downloaded the drivers. Those are the fundamentals. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.